But the last game of the round was one that I think there was one man in the world that saw this game happen, that saw this result happening, Donnie, and that is Nathan Buckley. He's the only person that could have seen this coming because in his last game with Collingwood with the team earlier this week, announcing that this is going to be his last one with the team, Collingwood beats Melbourne. They beat the best team, one of the worst teams in the league, beats one of the best teams in the league, and it wasn't barely. They won by 17 here. They won by almost 3 goals here. It. I have no words for how the hell this game even happened. I was watching and I was just blown away. And then kind of what it looks like though is something you point out, Donnie, last round, is that when the Pies are not really trying, I don't want to say not trying, but when there's not like a specific thing they're going for, when you go, hey guys, let's just go out and see what we can do and go play some footy. When they're playing loose and when they're just kind of free-balling it almost, they're a solid team, obviously. I mean, if you beat Melbourne, you're a real good team. So is that what they're going to have to do from here on out and maybe just change the culture of that team? And hey, we're still going to love how good we play defense, but hey, let's go try to play some footy because apparently it's been working for them. The things here, though, is that I want to ask you if Melbourne is still the favorites for the Premiership, if that's now Brisbane, or since maybe it's Geelong now. Who's the real favorite standing after this round?
Oh man, if I'm Nathan Buckley, you almost want to pull all the players in the door, shut the door, and then scream, "Where the heck has this been for the last 6 weeks?" Now, all due respect, and we'll discuss this a little bit more
Yeah.
after. There's a lot of emotion going into this game. Just no doubt about it. The game being at the SCG, I think, kind of dampened it a tiny bit, just because of where it was with everything that was going on. Again, we'll discuss specifically, and most of that are watching do know. Um, I watched this game in almost utter fascination because this was the Collingwood team I kind of expected at the start of the year. A very talented, skillful team that can do anything they want when they want to because of some of the guys that they have. When you have Pendlebury, you have Sidebottom, you have Darcy Moore, you have Crisp, you have Jamie Elliott, you've got Jordan DeGoey, Braden Maynard, Brody Milechek. You've got some stars. You've got
Mm-hmm.
a lot of really, really good footy players on your list that can do a lot of very good things for your footy club anytime they want to. But unfortunately, it just has not been there. And I'm almost kind of one of those Buckley stepping down might have been the best thing for the club because all the pressure's off now.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's expecting this club to make the finals. Nobody's expecting this club to do anything. And ever since that pressure's really been taken off over the last 2 weeks, this is the Collingwood team we expected at the start of the year. This was the Collingwood team I expected to be in ninth, 10th, or 11th place, fighting for finals, probably not making it, but fighting for finals because they have a good squad. So I don't know. There is part of me, maybe it's the coach in me, that just goes, "Where the heck was this? Where was this effort? Where was this tackling
Where's
pressure?" I
Winko
mean,
save my job?
they just literally out tackled everywhere
Mm-hmm.
the Melbourne Demons. And this is a Melbourne Demons team that it was personified as one of the best teams in the entire league. To address your second question, I have no earthly idea who the favorite is because this again is this weird result that do we take it as this was Collingwood playing on pure emotion. They were on another level. Melbourne wasn't expecting it. That's why Melbourne lost, but Melbourne's still the best team in the league.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's part of me that goes, well, Geelong is starting to fire on all cylinders now. Jeremy Cameron, Hawkins, Rowan, that forward line's really going. Dangerfield's back now.
Yeah.
You still have Guthrie still to come into this Geelong team. They're soon going to be 100% healthy, which they really haven't been all of this year. So are the Cats now the favorite? Brisbane, will they learn from that result against Melbourne and get a little better to the point where maybe they become it because they have that three-headed monster up forward, a really good defense, and a midfield that is going to get stronger with Lockie Neal getting healthier and healthier? So right now, I'm gonna kind of I'm gonna hedge my bets here on this one because I'm gonna say Melbourne is still the favorite because I'm gonna play off the I think this was emotion, this was playing for bucks,
Mm-hmm.
this was wanting to win to send him out on a positive note, which I've seen way too many times that a coach everybody knows is gonna leave ends out winning. North Melbourne did it with Chris Scott with the Scott brother that was coaching them.
Yeah.
He said he was going to step down. Next game, the last game before he stepped down, they win. This happens all the time. It's the new coach slash coach leaving season bump. I don't know what it is. It's the most oddball thing in sport, and it's both awesome and the most mind numbing thing ever. That you're like a team that is so bad to get their coach fired, but you win the last game that coach coaches is really kind of this weird dichotomy. Um, Melbourne's my number one, but I'm still there's still this week I think is going to be a tester for two teams, the Western Bulldogs and the
Mm-hmm.
Geelong Cats,
Yep.
considering they play each other. I think that one's really going to say who's next in line to potentially push Melbourne,
Mm-hmm.
considering both have lost to Melbourne. Now Geelong played Melbourne early in the year. They didn't have Dangerfield. They were still kind of still in a little bit of state of flux. The Western Bulldogs really, I think they were top notch, except for they had lost Chalor. So you do have some arguments of why maybe the Demons won those games because they had a few stars that weren't there that could have affected the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I say the Demons are still my favorite, but I'm keeping a very close eye on the next three, which is the Western Bulldogs, Geelong Cats, and Brisbane Lions.